Welcome back. What's going on, bud? We're here. It is a beautiful spring day. April is near. Not getting rained on this time. Thank God. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring afternoon. We got the robins are out. That's a good sign. You know, probably the first time I've noticed them, which really does, in my mind, that's like the sign spring is coming, right? So I thought, why not? It's time to be buddies. And what does that mean? Palate cleanser. The official beverage of the channel before we get into our review. And I'm excited for today. This is a very intimate review for me personally. If only because, well, first of all, why are we talking? Talk is cheap. This dinker and sinker, ready for this sound of heaven? My boy, my girl, my bud. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Dinker and sinker. There's nothing like it. In the sun, in particular. The 10 out of 10 I'll always give. Which is funny. I wonder what people think of Pabst. PBR. Give me your opinion. What do you think? Good? Bad? Boring? I feel like, and don't give me this bull crap where you say, it's a cheap beer. I.e., it doesn't cost enough or something. I hate that. This is what's the word I'm thinking of? Disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. And also elitist. Get the F word out of here. Inexpensive does not mean worse or not good. Quite the opposite, in my opinion. Prices rise all the time. Something that used to be inexpensive now is unaffordable. Potentially. But this guy here, crisp, refreshing, particularly in the sun. And remember, we're in southern Ontario, so you see me in this beautiful spring weather. It's still negative degrees out. Yeah, Celsius for all my American people. It's -2 degrees, so I'm still freezing. You just got to do it. You got to get outside. It's medicine. It's medicine, man. I can't do it. I can't stay indoors. And on a sunny day like today, honestly, this wasn't going to happen today. I had no plans on doing this today. It's Friday, so I have some friends that want to hang out tonight, but I wasn't expecting to. I was expecting to edit some previous excursions that we've had. But then I thought, what's another one? You know? What's one more? Particularly after the rain from yesterday. Like, I was cold to the bone. That rain soaked me into a mood that was fine, but it doesn't feel like I want to be outside, yes, but I want to be warm. I want my bones to be under the rays. I want that, what do we say, radiation. People give me a hard time. They say I'm going to look like a leather mitt when I'm older. Once the full-blown warm weather comes, like all the layers come off, I will look. People say orange, but orange is a fake tan. I get like more naturally what I am, which is to say, I mean, I'm Egyptian and Lebanese, believe it or not. Story for another day. For now, let's just enjoy some fresh air. I'm glad you could make it. I don't know what people think of this kind of stuff yet because I haven't posted anything. And I'm debating on posting some of my first attempts because the audio, I don't even know, did I explain it in a video that's also not going to get released because my technology bungled up. One of the episodes I explained, whether or not I'm posting this, I can't remember because all of the videos up until the last one. So if this is the 5th time we've tried, that means 1, 2, and 3, something happened that made it near impossible for me to feel comfortable posting it. The first episode, I set up my microphone, which, by the way, I'm able to check now. It is recording. That first episode, it wasn't raining, but it was damp, and it must. This is my assumption. A drop from the trees above me landed exactly on the stop recording, like the square on the record. So my audio cut out within the first 5 minutes. And the video, I mean, at that point, if it's, I'm too far away from the camera for my voice to project, right? So it's, maybe I'll post it and maybe I'll have something in the comments. Maybe I'll unlist it. But if you want to watch those first episodes that aren't properly put together, maybe I'll put something in the comments. You can follow through if you feel the need. Gotta get outside, man. I've been missing hanging out with a buddy outside in the sun, sipping on an icy beverage. Have a coffee, have a tea, I don't care. Bring some water, bring a soda, Slurpee, whatever. Still, maybe it's a little cold for icy beverage. Literally made out of ice. Do they do beer Slurpees? Is that weird? Would that be weird, or would that be like the best idea anyone's ever come up with? Like a slushie, 7-Eleven slushie, except beer? Is that a thing? Because if it's not, someone needs to send me a slushie machine and I will make it a thing. I can't believe that's because people have I'm sure there are like a margarita, like that's a slushie, right? Just beer slushie. That'd be nice, I think. Little too much, a little too complicated, not necessary, but worth a try, I think. This is why it's nice having a buddy to drink with, because you could say stupid S word like that. And you're probably like, huh. We're both stupid. So we're both like, that is a good idea. Oh, we could make money on. And then you solve the world's planets. You solve the planet's problems. You solve the world's problems. I love those afternoons or those evenings where you're having a drink with a buddy and suddenly you're philosophers and you're smarter than everyone else. And then if you were recording it like I am right now, you would be embarrassed and bury that forever and never let anyone see that footage. But why am I excited about today's video? You know what? I'll say it. I'm not embarrassed. I am a fan of Japanese culture. I am. It's a true story. I'm not trying to be silly about it. Always been. I grew up watching a lot of anime, and that kind of like opened the door. You know what it was at first was probably the fact that I was a gamer. I am a gamer, but I've always been a gamer. So I was always curious and fascinated by Japanese culture. And then I got into anime a little bit when I was a kid growing up. And I never, I used to watch things like, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and Pokemon and all these things, right? Digimon, all these things. Naruto when I was in my teens. I can't even remember what else, but yeah, so I like anime. I like video games. And so I've always been interested and fascinated and I want to say inspired by, but just like I think it's cool. You know, I think it's cool. I don't know how else to say it. That's like the very easiest way to say it. And this is the first time I burped, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Take that back. I'm not sorry. uh, this will be the first time, technically, that I'm trying a Japanese beer for the first time. And I think it's a beer. We're going to have to take a look at the can in a moment. But since we're talking about it, palate has been officially cleansed. There's still about half a beer there. Try to balance it on the dirt. This is, and I know I'm going to butcher this, but this is, I'll get right up in your business here for the sake of the video. And I don't know if you can see, probably can't see my face. Maybe I'll try to stand over this way. A little easier if I don't fall over. Okay, so this is Asahi? Asahi. No, it's not Asahi. Ha-E. That would be A-I. I actually took a Japanese course in high school, but that was many moons ago. So I have a fundamental understanding of Japanese pronunciations, I guess. I don't know what you would even say. And at one point, I probably would have been able to read the Japanese. This is probably, it's not katakana because we learned katakana. So this is probably, was it katakana we learned? They have several alphabets. This script is one that I have not learned, is what I'm trying to say. But this is Asahi. Correct me if I'm wrong. A super dry something or other. Super dry. What? The Pabst is. Let's see. Is there English on the what you are description? It doesn't look like it. Again, we're struggling with whether or not it's a Pilsner or if it's a. It just says beer, 5% alcohol, 500 milliliters. So this is, again, like the Lech from last episode. This is a larger tall can. Simple ingredients. Once again, I burped. Water, barley malt, cornstarch. Uh-oh. And hops. So one more ingredient than the Lech. Brewed and canned in Italy, which is the weirdest thing I've ever thought of. I didn't know that when I bought this. Really funny that that's the case. Brewed and canned in Italy by where? By what? Brasse, I don't know how to read that. Et Mise and Canet and Itali Par. You know, you're never gonna get me to read all that. 8 Roma Italia. Interesting. Very fascinating. This Japanese beer, which I don't know if it is a Pilsner, a lager. I'm going to go out on a limb. If it's got cornstarch, that probably means it's sweeter, which means it's probably not going to, if I had to guess, probably not going to be in my favorite beverages. As we've discussed before, I don't like sweet, but we'll find out. We'll see what happens. It is a 5%, I think I said, right? Yeah, 5%. Super dry is brewed. Asahi Super Dry is brewed with precision to high quality standards under the supervision of Japanese master brewers. All right, cool. Our advanced brewing techniques deliver a dry, crisp taste and quick, clean finish. I hope if that's all correct in the description, I very much appreciate what it's saying. The can itself is very simple, just a silver kind of back with gray stop sign hexagon shape, right? Or is that octagon? One, technically an octagon, I think, with the kind of logo and all of that information in the center. It's again, a larger, slightly larger than a tall can. Really cool. Simple. But I'm excited to try a Japanese beer for the first time. Technically, I probably, in my local area, I've technically tried something like a Sapporo. Is that what it's called? Sapporo. I've tried it, I think. But again, it's been so long. my memory, it might as well, for the sake, like everything. I'm going to say it every episode for all sakes and purposes. If I tried Sapporo today, it would be the first time I've tried Sapporo because it's been so long. But Asahi. I'm going to say Asahi. Like me, my Japanese culture, I would love to visit Japan someday. It's probably one of my dreams, just as like a adventure vacation. I want to see Japan in its raw kind of. I just love the culture, just from my white, very ignorant, just being a person existing, and yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is it. This is Asahi, super dry in quotations for some reason. Let's see how it is. Sound of heaven, ready? I like that. That was a nice sound. Okay. Right off the bat, I love to see what we're dealing with in terms of foam, and I think it's not so foamy. I'm not getting a strong scent. Not a lot of foam. Visibly not a lot of foam, but color is light. So let's see. Not a lot of smell forward, which is probably a good sign for me personally. It's super dry. Let's see how dry this super dry happens to be. Cheers. Nostrovie. Huh. Ooh, it is thicker than I was expecting. Similar to lech. Less flavor than lech. Which, from my perspective, positive. Being who I am, being what I enjoy. Excellent. Perfect. Except the consistency is similar to lech. As I said in the previous, once we were talking yesterday, it's the liquid versus frothiness, right? Liquidiness or frothiness. This is about the same consistency as the lech we've tried. But it's much lighter in flavor. In fact, if I had to put a flavor to it, it's almost creamy, but not in a, like if you have like cream in your coffee, it genuinely changes the liquid black coffee into something that might stick, like in terms of mouthfeel. It's not like that type of consistency. It's not that thick, but the foam is present, if that makes sense. Despite the fact it's quite clear. Interesting. Very fascinating. This is, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. And to say dry, I don't know, not just dry, maybe that's why it's in quotations. Super dry. How? Maybe it's just a name. Maybe someone can explain that to me. Because this does not taste dry. It's quite refreshing. I burped. Now, if I just put it on the back of my tongue and swallow, it kind of just vanishes. The foam, I don't give it a chance to kind of froth up. Maybe the foam is less than the lech. A little bitterness. I'm actually shocked because that cornstarch, I was expecting sweetness. I'm not getting anything particularly sweet. There's no forward um like syrupy flavor. Like this is quite refreshing. It's actually really nice. I'm not let me just let's throw that out there. I prefer this to both Grolsch and to Lech. This is, in my opinion, a step up from both of those. What was the price of this? This can would have been $3.50, I think, which is a step more expensive. And I don't know if the price point is relevant to the quality of the product versus the perhaps, I don't know, the transportation of the product. So I don't know where the price comes from, but it was slightly more expensive than everything we've drank on the channel so far. But yeah, there's a tad, just the slightest bit of bitter flavor, but to even say that it's a hops flavor would not be accurate. It's obviously there, but it's not like in your face. It's not as punchy as the Lech or the Grolsch in terms of flavor, in terms of the hops in particular. So yeah, this is shocking on so many. I am super I'm not super dry. I'm super was not expecting this. I'm super surprised, let's say. It's brewed with precision to high quality standards. It's a good beer. It's a good beer. Again, I wonder what we classify this as. Is it a Pilsner? Is it a lager? I don't know. I have no idea. And brewed in Italy, brewed and canned in Italy. So I wonder to what degree. It's so strange to me. I burped. I wonder to what degree this obviously must have started. Am I crazy? It must have started in Japan. The product was invented there or developed there, and then I guess the company would have been, what do you call it, a franchise? So some brewer in Italy then decided to take on the recipe, and I don't know. I have no idea. As per usual as well, we get the standard, no symbol pregnancy, no symbol drinking and driving, of course. Please recycle symbol. You can return this in my local area for probably 10 cents or something. Return empties for refund where applicable. Yeah. All the standard stuff. And then just a simple can with nothing really else. It's not flashy. Like if this was on a shelf, I wonder, unless someone saw the Japanese text, I don't know. And then these two symbols in the center here, I wonder if anyone walking by in the beer store, like if you would see that and you would think something at all, you would not see this and think that's a Japanese beer. My local area, you see Sapporo and you understand because you know Sapporo, but I don't know what other Japanese beers exist, but you know what? I think we should make a point of trying to find some more. Sake is sort of in my local area. Some people I know drink sake. And when we're talking about the average person, who drinks sake, which is a rice wine, if you're unfamiliar. Some people I know drink sake because they're weeps. I don't know if they're genuine, if it's their drink of choice. I just know that and this is me being probably reductive of who they are as people. But they too. See, I might drink sake. This is my problem. I got old and I don't know what happened. But at a certain point in my 30s, I want to say my early 30s, Anything that wasn't beer, maybe whiskey if I'm lucky. Yeah, liquor, it's a hit or miss, but anything that wasn't beer gives me heartburn because I'm an old man. Now, a sip of wine, which is heartbreaking because I love the flavor of wine. I love when I think super dry, I think of a nice red or a nice. I think when I take a sip, it literally dries the tongue, right? Maybe not literally, but there's a feeling to that, right? That sensation. The word dry is meaningless if that's not happening, and it's not. And super dry? No, it's not. I could drink this casually all afternoon. If I had more than one of these, I could easily drink six. And I wouldn't be like I need water. Wine, on the other hand, you take a sip and it does. I don't know what it does to the taste buds, to the tongue. I don't know what the science is, but despite being a liquid, you take a sip and it's like something about. It's reminiscent of like the skin from a grape, right? You take a bite of a grape. Yes, it's full of juice and full of sweetness, but there is a um, effect on the tongue and on the mouth, right? So the mouth feel, I suppose, is what we call it. This does not have a dry. I don't know if that's some sort of weird advertising tactic, and certainly the fact that they have the word dry in quotes is really funny to me because yeah, it's dry. No, it's not. I don't know what they were thinking, but I compare it to a wine. It's not dry. It's certainly not super dry. But yeah, so now every time I drink wine, by extension, back on track to what I was talking about, sake, I want to try Japanese beverages. Sake being like so traditional and so kind of like in my local area, it's what I've learned that is a traditional Japanese drink, right? Rice wine. And I don't know if I can. Maybe one day I'll try, but I can almost guarantee it's gonna hurt. I'll take a sip and just be like, it's not even about the stomach. It's about everything in between, the esophagus. Yeah, I get heartburn in the sense that it hurts. It's physically painful unless I take some sort of acid reducing, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to try sake. But again, back to what I was saying, I do have some friends that might, on occasion, sip on a sake, and I don't know their official opinions, their actual like. This is my thought because I'm just me as a person on my own, and I haven't asked about it. But sake, in again my local area, from my perspective, the people I know that might drink it. Like my goal, if I'm going to drink, I have 6 beers, depending on the time frame, right? Like I'm going out for a night, but I can drink 6 things, let's say, hypothetically, right? The people that I know that may enjoy sake, are they drinking sake all night? Nah. Don't even lie to me. Don't even lie to me. No, you're not. You're a fraud. You're a weeb. Is that the word? Weeb? I don't know. But I would love to enjoy sake and other Japanese beverages. I just personally, physically, my body tells me, for whatever reason, one reason or another, whatever happened when I hit 30, it was like, you know what? We don't want that in our belly, and particularly in my throat. So, rating Asahi. Asahi. I don't know how else to pronounce it. Asahi is my best guess. Asahi. Rating. Certainly higher than both Grolsch and Lech. Grolsch. I hate saying the word. I'm hoping in the next few episodes, I can move away from Grolsch, having to put that on my tongue. It was a decent beer, but I hate the word Grolsch. Lech, even Lech. I hate the fact that I don't know how to say it, and I don't know how. We keep picking beers that are I don't know how to pronounce, but Asahi. I'm gonna say Asahi. Do I rate it higher? Yes. Grolsch, we gave, it was somewhere in the 5 range, between a 5 and a 6, and I think I gave Lech like a 6.5. Asahi. For me personally, it's higher. There is a bitter touch, which I prefer over sweet. So this is better than the Grolsch forward sweetness. And it's better than having too much in my face hops flavor. It's technically lighter in consistency. So less frothy by probably almost like what did I think we said Lech was like a 2, a 1.5 to 2 on the froth scale. This is probably closer to a 0.75 to a 1. It's frothy. It's not drown me. Like I could drink this, it's not going to fill me up. Like I'm not drinking a loaf of bread with this. It's a decent beverage. I'll say that. So just numerically higher than what Lech was at. So I would probably give this at least a 7, maybe even a 7.5. So it's somewhere in there. It's not too, it's not pretentious. It's not in your face. It's very much a simple sipping beverage with more body than a Pabst, something that's like a light lager. So it's not bad. This is not bad at all. You might enjoy this. Like if you bought a few of these, you would probably, it's an easy sipping beverage with slightly more like a thicker consistency, more body than like just a straight bland lager, right? And in terms of flavor, again, it's not in your face. A step above something like Pabst, but a step down from something like Grolsch or Lech. And that's, in my opinion, why we go up, because we can sip casually on this in the sun and not feel bloated, right? So the whole feel of it is nice. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's all right, I feel like one of these days we're going to have to start pouring these into glasses and comparing, because sometimes something about the can changes everything. Something about the glass changes everything. And the amount I talk while we're doing this, in terms of describing it, probably the temperature drops as well, which affects things. So there's got to be a better method, but we're outside, And by the time the summer comes, this would be piss warm by now. So I don't know. 7.5. Let's say Asahi. 7.5 out of 10. This is a decent little sipper. A little flavor, a little more body than a lager. And it's not super dry. It is certainly super dry. But yeah, you might enjoy it. Give it a shot. Thanks for hanging out, bud. We will see you in the next one. Yeah. Cheers. Thinker and sinker. Have a good one. See you soon.